Hello everyone, I'm Colin Canet. Today I'm going to do some upgrades to my sliding miter stand. Several years ago I made this, and the supports that I made at the time I didn't really like, so I had to take them off, and today I'm going to replace them with an innovative idea, so stick around. So before we get started, let me show you what my saw looks like. So I upgraded this saw about a year ago, and the reason I did that was because I wanted the dust collection here, this new dust collection that they just came up with. But what I don't have are extensions on either side. So here's what I'm going to be doing today. If you recall, a few months ago I put an Outfeed extension on my table saw, and I'll put a link for that as well. You'll be able to go and have a look at that. And it has this sort of flip up mechanism like this. So when you're not using it, it drops down. When you need it, you just flip up. And you guessed it, I'm going to use this for my new extensions for the supports of my sliding miter saw. Now I've already set up the table saw, and we're going to cut some wood in a second here, but I want to show you quickly. That's the Outfeed table that I made, and it's nice and strong, and I made a separate little clip for it so that you can release it just by doing that. So let's cut some wood. So there's the two strips that I've got, and they're basically going to sit here. So the arms, these steel arms that I have, the fold down arms, they will go in like that. But then the other thing that I have to do, and you won't be able to see, but this is 1/4-inch plywood on the outside, and of course you can see there's some 3/4-inch strips in here, but there's actually a bit of a void which turns out to be also 3/4 of an inch. So I've got some furring strips that I'm going to, or a furring strip that I'm going to put in there to fill that void, because I want to support this just a little bit more. So I'm just going to take a minute and put some glue on here and put it into place, and then I'm going to screw it from the outside here because I don't really have any other way of clamping it. And after the glue is dried, I'll just take the screws out because they don't need to be in there. Okay, while I'm letting that glue dry for a little while, what I need to devise now is some kind of a saddle clip that will sit on top of this that I can then use, and it will basically be able to slide back and forth, at least a little bit anyway, to accommodate different lengths of wood. Okay, now have a quick look and see if they fit. Yeah, that's perfect. Yep, good. Okay. Now the last component I need is something to sit on top of those little H brackets that I made, and I want them to be rounded over, and I'm also using some pine because it's soft, because I don't want to ever gouge my wood. So I'm just at my router here, and I'm just going to round over the edges of that. There, and that's a nice rounded top now. I don't have to worry about any wood that I lay on there that's going to get gouged or dented. So, okay, that glue is dry enough now. We can actually attach this. I know I can't go right up to the top, so I'm just using a bit of cardboard as a spacer. And I think if I attach the bottom one first of all, it'll hold it, and then I can align the top holes. Okay, now let's move that out of the way. See how that, perfect. Excellent. Okay, let's finish that up. I took both of those saddles and drilled holes through them because I need something to attach the rounded over part. And I've cut this in half because there was half for each side. And that gives me 6 inches. And the best way to mark these, of course, is to just, I've got a nice flat board on there right now. And I just need to set that and mark that there, and I'll just go over to the table saw and cut that off, and then I'll be able to mount that on there, and it'll already be the perfect height. And all I need to do then is to put a plate underneath here so that keeps it locked on there for moving back and forth. Well, it's all done, and honestly, it just works perfectly. You know, I don't have 10 feet of square feet that I can build cabinetry here to build a great big sliding miter for the odd time that I have boards that are quite long. And this is perfect for me. If I need something longer, I can still use my portable one. And all I did here was put a cap on the bottom of these, and I made this just a little on the snug side so that when I move it back and forth, it'll stay there, and when I drop it down, it stays there. It won't fall off. And when I need it, flip it up like that, set my board in, and I'm ready to go. And I seldom need 2 sides at the same time, once in a while, but I usually need one side or the other. And so this side can flip up, does the same thing. When I don't need it, it's out of the way and not taking up a lot of shop space for no reason. So I'm very, very happy with that. It's a great addition to my sliding miter stand. Well, that concludes my video for today, making pop-up extension arms for my sliding miter stand. I'm Colin Canet for Woodwork Web. Thanks for watching.